Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and today we are going to be checking out Lime's 84 K10. Now, to go ahead and get this out of the way right off the bat, this mod is part of Lime's upcoming Donator Access program, and you can find more info about how you can get your hands on this and some of his other Donator Access trucks via his Discord link in the description down below. That also does mean that this particular truck is a PC-only mod. Now, with the rest of the test, we're going to be putting it through some interesting scenarios in some different forms of customization, because as we can see right now, it's a little bit more of a, I hate to say stock-ish, because if you look under the, literally under the fenders, this thing is anything but stock-ish, but you can go essentially from a, fairly close to stock, height and level that this is right now, all the way up to full-blown mega truck, mud truck, even crawler, whatever you want to do. So let's actually go through some of those options in the garage before we take it out for a little bit of driving. It actually, oh my god, it drifts so well in stock form. Like, that's, okay, well, this thing is now a drift truck. So standard-wise, it comes with a 550 horsepower 6.2, and then you can also get a supercharged 6.2, which will push this thing up to 1100 horsepower. Do that. Now, essentially, you don't have to do that, but I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely a blast. So, standard transmission-wise, you get a stock 5-speed. Then you also have access to a 10-speed for heavy towing, as well as a 8-speed fast transmission for top speed. Now, I'm going to start with that fast transmission, but, well, do I actually want to do that? I'm not sure. You know what? Actually, throw a curveball in there. Heavy tow first. Now, we have stock, flex, lift, quad load, short lift, and tow. So I think I'm going to go with tow first, just because I want to see how this thing holds up to weight. You can go up to a 50-inch tire on these BFGs. Then you can go up to, how big on the boggers? A 52? It looks really, really good. Then you have the, interesting. I guess these are Whompers, not Swampers. Oh, well, I love the wheels for him, though. Like, those, wow. Are those supposed to be like a bead-locked American Force setup? That is actually a really sick-looking set of wheels and tires. Then you have these off-road tires, which look very Baja MTZ-based. We've seen these on Lime's rigs before. Then you have these AX tires, and those go up to a 52 as well. And then down here in the mud tire category, these are going to be kind of a cut bogger, and they actually have an excellent ice rating as well. So if you want to take these things out onto like a snowy or icy map, feel free. And wow, those also go up to a 54. That looks sick. You even have some of these T1 mud tires / ag tires, and they, not only do they look great, but you got like a full-on deep dish wheel for them too. Now, for our initial setup, it's going to be a tow setup, which is going to be a little bit odd, but I think this thing is going to be able to pull off some really wild, like, tow setups. So let's throw a set of these 47-inch Swampers on there. Long tow strap, and gooseneck hitch, because I kind of want to see what this thing does if you put a crap ton of weight behind it. Also, if you take the hood off, you can get full access to that 1100 horsepower supercharged V8. And let's see, rock lights, standard ones, nothing too crazy. Leave the rear bumper on there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave it blue because I really like the way the blue lines up with the coilovers and the bead locks, because it doesn't change color if you change the color of the truck. Now, I do like the way the blue wheels look with like kind of a polished red, or maybe like a polished black, or even like, I go back and forth with like the other shades of blue. I kind of like it to line up. But let's see. Do we have, hey, we have beans for the dash though. Let's go. All right, now let's take this thing outside now. How much does it go up if you... Wow, that actually goes up a lot if you use the adjustable suspension. So let me bring you over here and actually see what trailers you can tow, because I'm curious. I mean, I feel like not a lot of people are going to use this for towing, but if you did, let's throw red 6-unit gooseneck on there, and let's throw some properly heavy cargo behind it just to see how it responds, how it reacts, and whether or not it, like, freaks out. So we got long planks right there. I need something heavier than that, though. Stage 2 fuel tanks. Let's see. Concrete slabs are definitely a good choice for heavy stuff, but large pipes, drilling equipment. What about oversized cargo or the industrial boiler? Boiler it is. We just need a, boiler and concrete blocks. So it's got the weighted front bumper setup. Let's see how it does with all that behind it. Bro, it barely even complains. It barely even acknowledges that it's there. It's like, yeah, I guess I just have to tell you I'm not worried about it. It's like, oh, how are you doing with all that weight behind you? And it's like, what weight? He's like, yeah, no, I'm not concerned. Wow, look at the way it loads up and just jumps off the line with like all that weight behind it. But the cool thing about that is if you look at the way it's actually sitting right now, it's not even, the front end is not off the ground. And for this thing to have such a good balance of the front weight to the trailer weight, where it'll obviously lift the front end a little bit, the front end will get a little bit light, but it's not, you know, doing a massive wheelie, it's not pulling the front axle off the ground. It's actually doing a really good job of keeping itself composed, and so that is like top-notch tuning from Limes there. Absolutely top-notch tuning. Now let's see how it does when we take it down a little bit more of a sketchy route with some cargo behind it. Oh boy, I hope it's ready for what we're about to throw it into. I don't know if I'm ready. Let's find out. Automatic mode. What? Dude. Dude, look at that. I mean, you want to talk about actual top-notch? That is... Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. It's having to work. It's really having to work. Come on, K10, come on. I know you can make it out of here. I know you can make it out of here. You're this close. You are that close. Maybe standard low, maybe low minus, actually. That's not enough. It's making ever so slight amounts of progress, but it's like, it's so slight that I feel like I could get it out of here without winching it, but I feel like it would also take an extremely long amount of time. Thank God I winched to a solid point. So let's see. I gave it just a tiny little bit of a pull, and I wonder if that's all it needs. It needs a tiny bit more. Literally just a tiny bit more. So little, in fact, that like... Oh, well, maybe a little bit more than a little bit. I bet you that the trailer is snagged. Oh, God. Don't tip. Please don't tip. Please don't tip. Thank you. Whew, that was, you want to talk about sketch. Holy sketch and a half. I am curious now, though, if we throw it in high and just, like, try to ram right through this trail, how will it go for us? Apparently not very well. Well, I definitely think we figured out how to sink it, but at this point, I mean, I'm definitely not at all, like, you know, concerned about its towing ability. I mean, there's no way that this thing has a lack of towing ability, make no mistake, but, like, at the end of the day, it's still gonna give you a bit of challenge. Like, you're not necessarily just gonna be able to throw it at everything and just kind of easy mode your way through everything. You're still gonna have challenge, but it's going to be better through, you know, let's say towing a heavy load through mud than obviously like a vanilla truck, and maybe a good amount of other mods as well. So now let's change up the setup a tad. So we've tested out a towing setup with it. Now let's do a flex set. Oh God. All right, tow. Let's get the weighted bumper off. Let's immediately get the weighted bumper off of there. And we'll take the fifth wheel hitch out. And then I think I'm going to actually just start it up like this and see if I take it back to some of those rocks. Let's see how it does in like a flexi situation. I can already tell you it drives very differently. Very differently. All right, flex setup. Let's put you to the test. Let's see what we can do with some of these rocks. Oh, burying the bumper. Okay, let's try to not do that. Gotta approach from a different angle. All-wheel drive always on, diff lock always on. Just kind of like accidentally, like out of habit, went to go turn the lockers on, and it was like, bro, you don't need to do that. A little bit of an unorthodox way to get up those rocks, but I'm not really worried about it, per se. Nope. Now, granted, these rocks are extremely slick, but even then, look at that. I mean, the climbing ability is next level. Don't want to flip it. Trying my best not to flip it, actually. Come on, come on, come on. No. Save it, save it, save it, save it, save it. I was like, man, reverse is the only way I'm going to save this, and I might not actually save it. We're, oh my God. Wow, I don't know how we got ourselves out of that pickle, but, like, that was bad. Maybe it'll like it better if I just kind of rock bounce my way up this hill. Just a little bit. Come on, just give me a tiny little bit of winching. Oh! Tried to throw it into high and just send it. And it was not particularly happy about that. If you wanted to test out the crawler ability of this thing, I would recommend taking it somewhere like, you know, TNB Trails or Desert Proving Ground Stage 1. This map is not designed for crawler testing, and the rocks are slick beyond belief. So now, it's time for the higher lift and some mega huge T1 tires. And let's see, ooh, let's see where some of these wheels come into play. That's an all black set. Then that's got some red inlays. I'm gonna go with like the all black set. I think that actually matches the blue really nicely. Like really, really nicely. Man, when you throw this thing in high with like the T1 tires and the top engine tune, boy, does it take off. See if I switch back to like, there we go. I was like, let me switch to afternoon and see if I can ungloomify the freaking weather here. Oh, bro, what? I wanted it in high for that. Thank you. Hey, if you just want it to like gather itself back up again after a drop, all you gotta do is lift off the throttle and you're good. Now let's see how it does in a full-on like bog situation. Let's try this area first, and then we'll try the other area if this one goes well. Oh my god. Holy smokes, what? Yeah, so that area wasn't a problem whatsoever. Why did you... I'm not even going to question why it wheelied through that. Started to stall, and then... Okay, so this is what'll sink it, though. If you want to know what'll sink it, this is the kind of mud that will. But it definitely takes quite a bit of work to get it to the point where it will start sinking, because you really got to work for it. You gotta work hard to get this thing stuck. Oh, yep. It does not like to be in high in mud this deep, but, I mean, honestly, that's pretty realistic. Although if you keep, like, just at least one tire on, like, hard-packed ground, the other tires will do just fine. And you can put all 1,100 horsepower to good use. It is so, like, it's just a mad send machine. It's an absolute send machine. I have a little bit of a, I have a test for it here. I have a question that I feel absolutely needs to be answered. So, let's line it up right here. Back it up. Well, maybe not back it up, but hear me out on this one. Hear me out on this one. So, let's say Azov Antarctic, right? Put it right there. Okay. Now... hitch ourselves to the Azov Antarctic. And then, 3, 2, 1, yeet. Oh my, well, okay. Oh my. Okay, this might require the tow setup. It's a little too much for the lift. Let's see. Tow. Weighted bumper, and suspension up so it can fit the T1 tires, and send it again. Let's see if it can haul that much weight through this mud without freaking out. It went into high. Well, that's probably not gonna work. Oh, wow. Is that literally as far as it goes? Yo, that's as far as it goes. I think we might have just found a new test for some of these trucks that are, like, super over the top because, I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not like there's a lot that can stop something like this, but when you find something that can stop it, apparently it's an Azov Antarctic, and I didn't know that was going to be, you know, the deal. I didn't know that was going to be the case, but apparently it is. So, back to the normal bumper, and then this time, if we go to the quad load, does it do the... Oh, it does the thing, all right. It does the thing that I figured it would do. Oh, my God. It's still going. It's still going. Oh, okay. It can walk on its front legs. Oh my god, that's, you know, as wacky as that is, it's actually pretty hilarious. Just to put it into practice, like, just to see what it does, it's pretty freaking hilarious. Now, let's switch up the tire setup again to the cut bogger setup. Actually, no, we're gonna switch to my favorite setup on this thing, the largest option swampers. And then it's gonna be the lifted suspension. That right there, I think, is probably the best looking all-round setup on this truck. But now, it's time for the bridge jump, because I have a feeling that the bridge jump is either gonna go really well or really bad. Let's go ahead and go into the interior view. Yo, look at that interior. That interior is sick. That looks so good. Got Beans just chilling out right there. Love that. Now, I will say, wait, do we have is it the fast transmission or the Hall transmission? Oh, that's the heavy toe. We weren't even on the Speedy Speed Boy transmission. Now we're on the Speedy Speed Boy transmission. All right, oh my god, that's faster than it should be. I mean, it's not that it's faster than it should be, it's just faster than I was expecting. But I don't know what I was expecting, since technically Lime's trucks are insanely fast anyway, when you throw, of course, the fast transmission in there, but... All right, boys, bridge jump time. Switch camera angles. There's full send. Perfectly level. If that tree wasn't there, it would have just driven away and it would have been fine. Obviously, since that tree was there, it stopped us dead in our tracks, but don't worry about that. It's fine. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.